All right, Nico, what's your answer? Don't say dice braid. It'll be 0. I'm just...
Damn.
Our second game is Google Trends. Now, this is not a game show created by me. This game show was created by Funhaus, and it pits 2 teams, or in our case, 2 individuals, against each other to come up with the most trendy terms. Each round, I will give them a term. They will have to come up with a word to pair with that term, putting it either before or after in order to get the highest search popularity on the Google Trends website. They can arrange the words in whatever order they would like, and we will all view the results live. First, determine team names. This is a very important step of Google Trends. I cannot just call you Nico and Ryan. That would be ridiculous.
Right.
So you must come up with a team name. The word that you will pair with your team name is going to be also the theme of our game, which is, of course, D&D. So I need you both to come up with one term that you would like to pair with D&D. An example of this could be, for say, the word one for one D&D.
And that becomes our team name.
And that becomes your team name. You will not get any points for this name, but it will determine who goes first.
I'm gonna be Team Dice.
So D&D dice.
Yeah, staying on brand, baby.
Okay.
Then how about beginner D&D?
Okay.
Ooh, Team Beginner.
Okay. And it is going to be over the past year is the time frame that we are looking at to compare. But in terms of the points you gain, it only matters what is in this very last point. So it could be popular for the entire year, and if it takes a dip, you take a dip.
Okay.
All right. And next is beginner D and D. Ooh.
Hey.
Brutal.
That
Brutal.
is tough. That is tough.
That's nothing. Well, it's hard to beat dice.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one to whip out. But that was just to determine who goes first in the very first round. No points are awarded for that one. I need you to pair one term with monster. And generally you have about 30 seconds to a minute, but I'm not going to put a timer on.
And it doesn't have to be D&D related. It is all of Google.
Yes, it is all of Google. The terms that I will be giving you are just D&D related.
I'm going to go with MASH.
Okay.
Monster MASH.
Okay. All right. Ryan, what is your term to compare?
Trying to
with
decide
MASH?
between two.
Okay.
I'm going to say scary monster.
Scary monster. Monster Mash. Whoa, had a big spike
look at
around
that.
Halloween.
Look at that spike in my number.
Versus Scary Monster.
We should have played this game during October.
Oh, jeez.
The Halloween
that is
spike
definitely
really ruins
really
the
does it.
graph. Oh, but Scary Monster just edges it out.
Wow.
I hate being edged out.
Giving Nico 3 points and giving Ryan 4 points. Nico really ruining the round there with that.
Yeah, I flubbed it. I flubbed the
huge
whole
spike.
Thing. Stupid.
All right.
I'm sure it'll happen every time by one of us.
Oh, yeah. But now, clearly, this was on Nico's mind, and Nico will get to go first because he is... Or actually, no, wait. Ryan will go first because he is behind in total points. So Ryan has 63 to Nico's 163. And Ryan, your term is dice. Speaking of Nico's answer earlier.
How about dice game?
Dice game. All right, Nico, what's your answer? Don't say dice braid. It'll be 0. I'm just...
Damn.
This is really taking a toll on my impulse control. I'll do bulk dice.
Bulk's a fun word.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, getting clobbered.
People aren't buying dice en masse.
Apparently not.
Damn it.
Not at the moment, at least. All right, so now it is Ryan with 96 versus Nico with 163. Ryan's still behind, but catching up quick. And round 3 is Wizard. And both of you, let me know when you have your answer. Ryan will go first, and if Ryan answers the same thing that you come up with, Nico, try to have a backup.
I don't know how generous Google Trends is.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, given how far back I am, I think I have to take the gamble.
Yeah.
All right, I have mine. Whenever we're ready, I have mine.
Mr. Brain.
I'm gonna do Wizard 101.
Okay. You have to wait your turn, Mr. Brain, unless, Ryan, I'm sure
mine.
that was yours. I'm sure he took yours.
Mine is Wizard World.
Oh. I don't know what Wizard World is.
Well, it depends how generous it is with its...
That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I thought when you said Mr. Brain, I thought you said it is my turn now.
Oh, that's the closest one
Wow.
we've had so far. That is tough. That is projected data. But
I was aiming for I was aiming for Wizarding World. That's the Harry Potter, that's what they reference all of that as. It's like I don't know if it can bridge this.
It is literally the search terms. So it could be if
Fair
you
enough.
think that people are misspelling it all the time. That is a gambit. So this time it was Nico with 40 points and
Nice.
Ryan with 19.
That's what I get for the gamble.
That's what you get for the gamble. But hey, you know what? We're going to change the format up. In the middle, we have ding 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 our Family Feud round. So, I sourced Google Trends for the top 10 related queries to fantasy. So, these are the top 10 where you pair something with fantasy. Now, you will alternate, and you are out of the round entirely if you miss 5 in a row.
Okay.
Okay, so I get 5 guesses.
So you get more than 5 guesses. You get to guess alternating until I run out of terms, or you both knock yourselves out.
I was going to say, I'm sure I'll knock myself out, but let's give it a shot.
All right, and it is Ryan's turn first. Out of the 10 terms, the 10 most popular related queries to fantasy over the past 30 days.
I'm gonna go really broad. How about fantasy book?
Fantasy, I'll give it to you. It was plural, but that is fine. It was fantasy books, and this was number 6. This was not all the way up there, but this was number 6. It was worth 12 points.
Oh, wow. Great.
All right. Nico, your guess.
I'm gonna go in the same direction that Ryan's going in. I'm gonna go fantasy games.
Fantasy games is on there. It is number 9. Number 9. It is only worth 10 points.
Yeah.
Now, this is a sort of exponential scale. You can see that 6 and 9 were worth similar amounts of points, but it very steeply increases towards the top. Ryan.
Fantasy movie.
Fantasy movie is not one of our terms. Nico, it is your guess.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, I had it. Fantasy weapons.
Fantasy weapons is not on the list. So you've each got one strike.
Yeah. Great. Here's another strike. How about character?
Fantasy character is the second strike, not on the list.
I have mine.
Okay.
Fantasy art.
Fantasy
Damn
art is not on the list.
I mean, good.
Yes! Woo! So you are at 2 strikes each, and your strikes do reset if you get 1 right.
You know what? This is the wisdom portion of the previous one was intelligence. This is wisdom because we're trying to figure out what people are thinking and the street smarts,
Oh yeah,
tuning into the public consciousness.
yeah, because this is any term that might be paired with the general word fantasy.
Oh, got one.
Go ahead.
Final Fantasy.
We have our number 1 term, Final Fantasy, for a massive 100 points. Firmly cementing Ryan in the lead with a whopping 227 points compared to Nico's 213.
It's a really thin lead. A really thin lead.
It is, but you caught up.
I am ruined.
All right, Nico.
I'll never live this down.
Hey, the second and third are both worth a good stack of points still. So you still have a lot of time for this.
Map. Fantasy map.
That is incorrect. That is 3 strikes. You are going to give Ryan full reign of the board if you keep it up like this, Nico.
My wisdom is my dumb staff.
I'm gonna go somewhere similar. I'm gonna say Fantasy World.
Fantasy World just barely ekes it on at number 10 for 9 points.
I'll take every point I can get.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. It is Nico's turn.
Even with 3 strikes?
Even with, you have 5 strikes.
Oh,
I say you're on your way to giving Ryan full reign of the board.
Gotcha. Okay. I will say fantasy toys.
Fantasy toys is the guess that earns you your 4th strike. It is not on our list. Now, Ryan, can you keep blowing us away with this incredible Google Trends streak?
No, there's no chance. No, I think is it? I can't search anything to see whether this is true. So let me take a second. I don't want to sound completely stupid.
No, sounding completely stupid is part of being a streamer.
You know what? Oh, no. I got a better one than what I was thinking. How about something really off the wall? How about Fantasy Vacation?
There is no Fantasy Vacation. That is not on our list. And now, Nico, this is make or break. And so, I will give you a hint. I think that there are at least 2 terms on this list that a normie who maybe doesn't play D&D would probably pick up immediately. But they are probably not related to the type of fantasy that you're thinking of.
Is it porn?
No, it is not porn.
Okay.
Was this whole thing this whole thing was just a ruse to get us to start naming porn things to you online? That's all this was for.
Look, there are no walls here, but there are no NSFW results on this list.
Okay.
Fantasy football.
Fantasy football is our number 3 answer for 35 points. And he is back in the game, resetting his counter with fantasy football.
That's a good one.
Okay. Now, that is just the number 3. There's still a number 2 that could essentially negate Nico's answer that he just gave.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I was going to say. How many are left on the list of 10, right?
3, 4.
I think we've gotten 4.
You've gotten 5 in total. You have gotten Final Fantasy, Fantasy Football, fantasy books, fantasy games, and fantasy world.
I feel like we really mined this one.
Hey, you can just start rapid firing. If you think you're out, we'll race to the bottom here.
That's a good name for the show.
Yeah. DM Live, a race to the bottom. I love it.
Rapid race to the bottom.
This won't be one of them. But how about like fantasy name?
Oh, you lampshaded it, but you are correct. That is our number 6 option is fantasy names.
That's wild.
Earning Ryan 12 points.
All right, I'm gonna go fantasy music.
Fantasy music is incorrect.
No one said anything in my chat. My chat isn't helping me. I think it's probably because there's a delay. So I feel like I'm being betrayed.
They're no help.
How about I don't think we've said this one. No. How about fantasy food?
There's no fantasy food. 1 strike each. And I will tell you if you've already said it. You don't have to worry about that.
I'm trying to write them down, but I could miss something.
Fair enough.
Fantasy armor.
No fantasy armor. That's a 2nd strike. I believe in you, Ryan. You've shown Oracle-like abilities in this game.
I don't know about that. How about fantasy cards?
No fantasy cards.
Fantasy basketball.
Fantasy basketball is not on the list. Although I like where your head's at, Nico. There is potentially something in that realm that you two are missing.
How about fantasy sports?
It is not fantasy sports. 3 strikes for both of you. In fact, some might say that there are 2 things in that realm that you are missing.
Some would say that.
Some might say.
Is it just 2 words, or can we have multiple words?
2 words.
Can it be like...
It's always 2,
Okay.
I think.
Acronyms do count as 1 word.
Oh, fantasy NFL.
No fantasy NFL. That is a 4th strike, putting Nico close to obsolestion.
Yeah, but we don't have to talk about it.
Don't worry, I'm right there. Is it is fantasy soccer a thing?
It probably is, but it's not on our list. I should also specify that this is for the United States.
Oh.
If you want to re-give your answer in that light, I will allow it if it would have changed your answer.
I'll stick with my answer. Okay. That seems fair.
That's 4 strikes each. Nico, this is make or break. What do you think it is?
This game sucks. That's my answer. No.
I've broken my...
Fantasy novel.
No fantasy novel. Officially knocking Nico, Mr. Dicebrain himself, out of our 4th round. Ryan.
Mr. Dicebrain was my dad. He's called me Artemis Fowl.
Ryan, are you going to keep going, potentially mopping up all the points, or are you out as well?
I get 1 more strike, right?
You get 1 more try.
I mean, we've said. Oh, did we say fantasy baseball?
We did not. And it's a
said
good
basketball.
thing because fantasy baseball is our 2nd prompt, giving you another 38 points and really making that comeback stick.
Lovely.
Now, Ryan, let's move into rapid fire since it is just you. There are a couple more left. There's number 4, 5, and 8.
4, 5, and 8.
Rapid
Can
fire.
I use my extra life?
Power. Yeah, power 'em up. That's only fair. I got mine back.
Okay. You can...
I don't object to it.
Nico, you can have 1 more guess. After
it's Nico with a C, right? Nico.
Oh no. Is he
Now it's
trash
personal.
talking? He's trash talking. Oh no.
Ryan Eimel.
Please take your turn.
Fantasy me punching Ryan in the face.
Whoa, that's our 7th
Number
term.
4 answer. People can search on that one.
Hooray, 200 points. All right. Now, I want to reiterate that I did not purposefully put anything NSFW on here, but what you sickos choose to interpret is completely up to you, and that might factor into our 5th round term role play.
Well, Ryan, I'll be the maid.
He's ready. And let's see. Nico will be giving his term first once you both are ready, because Nico is now behind.
Okay.
My first guess is going to be fantasy roleplay. I'm combining the two.
Fantasy roleplay. All right.
And
Ryan, what is your guess?
Roleplay game.
Roleplay game. Fantasy roleplay versus roleplay game. Oh, that's Wizard World. Whoops.
I refuse your Wizard World.
Very common. Yes.
Fantasy roleplay. That is a high mark on role-playing game, but we'll see if fantasy roleplay kicks it out.
I got it.
Oh.
So
Those projected results take it from 54-48 to 73-0.
Oh no.
That is tough. You hate to see it. All right, round 6. This could be a big switch up. This will be the true test of your wisdom because it is so general. Round 6, the term is one.
Who's going first?
It will be Nico because he is behind. He is in second.
I'm going to throw anyways. I'm going to go One Direction.
Mine's going to come before. It's going to be Xbox One.
Xbox One versus One Direction. Which will it be?
If this game was in 2015, I would sweep right now.
Oh, the Xbox One taking a clean victory.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
At 50-11. Putting Nico at 280 and Ryan at 393. This is, however, very possible. A comeback is within your chances, Nico, because on round 7, the last round, all of the points are doubled. I will reiterate, this is not NSFW, you sickos.
Okay.
I will be pairing it with the term raw. As in rules as written. Raw.
I mean, I'm going to do raw meat.
Raw meat. A classic search term. Ryan, how will you compare?
I'm gonna stick with what I thought because I think it's different enough. It'll be exciting. Mine was gonna be raw steak.
Okay. Raw meat. Going general. This looks promising. But would people be searching general or would they be searching specific? Nope, that's streak.
Raw streak.
Raw steak. Oh, it's not even close. It is 100-27.
Is it enough to get me ahead of him?
This could go either way.
Do the math, run the numbers.
It is 200, leaving Nico at a prodigious 480 points. But is that enough to keep ahead of Ryan?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is 27. That is 53 additional points
nothing.
total.
54.
54. Landing him at 447. Nico wins by 33 points. With an absolutely ridiculous comeback in the 7th round when all was on the line, he made it happen.
Raw meat saved my life.
It did. It did.
I was saved by raw meat.
It was everything.
And
oh my God.
that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. That was Google Trends.